Hi, welcome back. So this is take 2. The first one I did, I looked fantastic. My hair was like freshly washed and I had a little bit of makeup on. I have no makeup on. My hair still needs to be washed. It's a couple days since I filmed the first one, but there was no audio in it. So I did a whole video with no audio and, life happens. Essentially what I talked about is I had another panic attack, but this time it was induced by the medicine that I was taking. I was on medicine for a upper respiratory infection. I get them all the time, so it's nothing new to me, but the medicine that I was taking had Sudafed in it, which is kind of makes you more awake, and it makes you, it's an upper, again, whatever. And on top of that, I was taking prednisone, which is a steroid, which is also an upper. And then I was taking my anxiety medicine, which is a downer, because it calms me down. And those mixed together do not make a good happy. Does not make a happy. Mitch put the camera thing over there so I don't look at myself as much anymore, but now I'm just looking at myself because I know my hair is a mess, but whatever. I don't care. This is real life. And you'll have to deal with it. And I like to put my arms up here because it's comfortable. So that's essentially what I talked about. And then I did talk about how this past Saturday, Mitch and I went to the Arizona State Fair because I love the fair. And my mom and dad got me tickets for my birthday. That's what I asked for, was a date night to the State Fair for Mitch and I, and they would watch Will, which was great because that means I didn't have to bring a 4-year-old to the State Fair. But we went to the State Fair and it was a lot of fun. The most random thing happened. Well, we did the most random thing, I guess is what I should say. We got in and we first got our food. We got this giant thing of chili cheese fries, and then we got a big funnel cake to share, and Mitch got a chocolate shake thing, an Oreo chocolate shake, and it was all great. And then we sat down and we watched a monster truck rally, and I loved it. And here's some footage. And it was the most amazing thing in my life. I enjoyed it so much. I did have anxiety because, one, I was a dum-dum and didn't bring my medication with me because I have to take it a certain amount of hours in between. Right now I'm on every 8 hours, so I'm getting myself off of the medication, essentially. I'm taking my medication down from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. I felt anxiety while I was waiting for the trucks to start going, and they were taking people out on rides on the back of the truck. That was the coolest thing in the world. And then once the stuff started going, I loved it. I did not know how much I would actually enjoy something like that, because not a normal thing for me to go watch is a monster truck rally. But that's what we did, and now you're all caught up in my life. I'm still redoing the hutch. I'm actually on the final stages. It'll hopefully be done this weekend. I'll have a picture for you when it's all done on my Instagram. If you want to go follow me there so you can see what it looks like, that would be cool. I've got all the final sanding done, and it's been a blast working on it because I put in my headphones and I just tune out the world and work, and I love it. I asked a question on Instagram the other day, and it was more of a what kind of topics would you like to hear about thing. Just because I have topics in my head that I think to myself of, I should talk about this. But I want to know what you want me to, like, what you're interested in hearing about. But one of my friends from high school asked me why I don't swim anymore, and she thought I was going to go pro, and I've never been that good of I'm a decent swimmer, but I'm not that good. But I did join a adult masters in Utah, and I really enjoyed doing that, but it got really expensive because I was paying the rec center $5 each time I was going to go swim, and that kind of gets pricey, especially when you're trying to pay off stuff and not spend so much money. $5 almost every day for an entire week is a lot of money for me, and I couldn't keep going, which is sad because I love swimming. Swimming is kind of one of those things where, again, it's you tone out the world and you just go. And if you're upset and crying over something, nobody can tell because they're all red face flushed, and there's water dripping out of everywhere, so they can't tell if you're crying or not. So it's a great place to sit there and think and get your emotions out, and you can be angry and you can be happy. And I wish I could go back to swimming. I would love to swim more. It definitely is one of those sports that really helps me get me out of my own mind, even though I'm kind of stuck with myself a majority of the time. It helps me focus on something a little bit more positive and focus my energy somewhere. That's what I like about working on this hutch. It helps me to think about something other than what's going on right now. I've been going on my walks. I took a couple days off. I didn't do great the last couple weeks because I was focusing on getting myself in a better place. I would have been scared, I don't know why, to walk because the chest pain was just so scary to me, and I would freak out about every little tweak in my chest, and it would hurt. I thankfully have gotten rid of that infection, and I should be okay now. When I had my panic attack a couple Saturdays ago, I actually had it at the urgent care. I was so scared that I was gonna die that the urgent care is the closest place for me to go. I should have gone to a hospital if I am actually thinking I'm going to have a heart attack, but I knew that I wasn't, but I knew something was wrong. And the instant that I got in there, I started freaking out a little bit more. My fingers and my hands started going numb. My face actually started going numb. And the doctor kind of explained to me that when you hyperventilate so much or you breathe so much, then the carbon dioxide can't be switched over. So the tingling in my face and my hands were going to be there for a while. My face actually got really kind of red and splotchy because of the carbon dioxide that builds up in your body when you do that. It was a scary time, but this was one of the greatest things that it helped me so much to go because he actually went over the lab results that happened when I went to the hospital the second time that I freaked out. It was nice because he sat down and he actually told me the results to them. He said, "This is what this means. Your numbers look great. This is what that means. You don't have any. Your heart looks normal. Your lungs looked clear. You didn't have any scarring in your lungs. Your heart was a normal size. Your blood, whatever, was normal." So it was great that he went over that. But back to the question that my friend asked me, what happened to your swing? It kind of got in my head a little bit, and I switched it around to say, what happened to you? That's what it kind of felt like, was, what happened to you? And honestly, I don't know what happened to me. I grew up. I've had tragedies in my life that I've actually had to grow up a little faster than I should have. Those tragedies and trauma that I've experienced actually affect me as an adult now. I've been to therapy plenty of times, and I know that they do affect me. I should probably still be going to therapy, but again, it's something I can't really afford right now because adulting. But this is my form of therapy, is just talking and saying, these things screwed me up. I'm dealing with them now. I wish I had my friends. I know that they're out there. I call them every once in a while and I say, hey, how's it going? Or I text them on Instagram, or I say something on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook that often, honestly. But I try to say stuff, and it's hard for me to reach out to people because I've developed this hard shell, I guess you could call, a candy-coated shell on me that it's hard for people to get through. But it's harder for me to reach out, even though I want that companionship from others. I have it with my husband, and that's great. But there's something about needing somebody outside of your real life, outside of your bubble. And I wish I had that again. So if you're a friend watching this, give me a call. It would be great to talk. But that's what happened to me, is I had some trauma, and I had some tragedies that have just built up over the years, and here I am trying to face it all now. But that's all that's on my mind. It's kind of a mishmash, hodgepodge of thoughts. Leave a comment. Let me know what you'd like to hear me discuss. I'm kind of open to everything. If it's something that I'm not open to, I won't do it. And don't forget to check out the song of the week that I chose. Let me know if you like it. You guys have a great night. Bye.